Uyo uko kuno apo pano mamuona kere nai.
Right, 16 June 2021, and today I want to quickly go through a report that is very, very damaging for the MDC-T of Senator Douglas Mudzuri. This situation that is developed today is completely unexpected, and this is going to end the career of Senator Elias Mudzuri. And I want to just take you through this, and then I give you my opinions of what I think is happening here. So what has happened is that a young man was killed on the 10th. In fact, he was beaten up on the 10th of June. That is this week. And he went to hospital for 3 days. And then after 3 days, he was discharged from hospital. And then he died. So he died on the 13th. And before he died, he told his family that he had been beaten up at Senator Elias Mudzuri's bar, which is in the Workington area of Harare. And the people who beat him up include Senator Mudzuri himself, Elias Mudzuri, the former mayor of Harare, and the vice president of the MDC-T, and his brother. I think the brother is called Leonard. So after they beat this young man up, he was being accused of stealing balls from the snooker table. They beat him up so badly that he ended up dying. And then the family, what the family has done today is they took the body and the coffin. So if you look at that coffin, that is a coffin in a Scotch cut, which was left at the home of Senator Elias Mudzuri. And that coffin, as far as I'm concerned, except if something has changed, is still at the home of Senator Elias Mudzuri in Zaka. And I think that is the 4 miles area. So what I did is I tried to ask Senator Mudzuri, MDC-T vice president, to tell me or to give me a comment on this. He did not respond. I asked his team, they did not respond. I asked the spokesperson of the MDC-T, Witness Dube, and he said, because this matter is under investigation, they are not going to be commenting. I then asked the spokesperson of the presidency in the MDC-T, Mr. Lloyd Damba, and he also said the same. So they are not commenting. And I think this is where they're probably missing how bad this situation is. But before I go into my own opinions, let me play for you a small video of what happened today. The family went to do some rituals at the home of Senator Elias Mudzuri, and I managed to get a small video of about a minute of the rituals that they performed. What they did was they were telling the spirit of their late son to attack the family of Elias Mudzuri and deal with them severely. So let's watch the small clip, and then I'll conclude with my own opinions. Right. So I think to those who don't understand what happened there, what happened is the family, very, very poor family, and the young man is called Ronald, the late young man is called Ronald Mukumbira. The family took his body and they put it in a Scotch cart and they drove it to the house of Senator Mudzuri. And then they did the rituals. So they put some snuff into the ground and then they spoke to the spirit of Ronald to come and deal with the family that had killed him or that has killed him, which is the family of the Mudzuris. And this is very, very bad. This is not a good situation at all in a spiritual sense, but also in a political sense, because the MDC-T was a victim of violence in Zaka. It's known as a victim party. They were terrorized in 2008 and I think back in 2002. So now what has happened is, by being accused as the perpetrators of murder, Elias Mudzuri has turned the tables. The people who are now being accused of murdering other people, it is now the MDC-T, and by extension, the whole party is now implicated in this murder. And to make matters worse, the party has not responded in a proactive way. What I would have expected here is for the MDC-T to at least issue a statement to acknowledge that someone died and to say we'll take action after the results of the investigations are out. I would also have expected them to at least ask Senator Mudzuri to step down to make sure that it appears as if action is being taken. However, what has happened is they're basically ignoring it. And if I'm not wrong, sometime today, the police went and arrested the people who left the body at the home of Senator Mudzuri. If you go to Nehanda, nehanda.com or Nehanda Radio, you will see that there's that story, although I've not confirmed it, that these people have actually been arrested and they're being forced to take the body back. So what is happening is making the situation worse. It's angering the local community, and the spiritual consequences are dire. If you are someone who knows African tradition, you know that that's not how things are handled. You don't use force, you don't use police, you negotiate before the burial. If you wait for the burial to happen, the situation becomes worse, especially when people have made the kind of rituals that were done at the home of Senator Elias Mudzuri. It's going to be very, very bad for him. He's not going to recover from this situation, and there'll be dire consequences for him and his family, especially the two of them that were involved in the assaults, because this is what is being said here. They need to take action very, very quickly. They need to take this very, very seriously. And the MDC-T needs to take this as a very, very serious matter, because the murder of a person that involves their vice president is not a trivial matter. It's a very, very serious matter. So let me conclude here. It's Wednesday. It's a holiday here in South Africa. It's National Youth Day. So I'm going to keep it very, very short. Let us look at the comments and then let us close. Joshua, you're saying that's good news for Mudzuri. Let him enjoy his evil doing. If I'm not mistaken, there was a previous incident at the same bar or at another bar. I'll do some research and we'll see what that was about. I hope that this It's not a second death at one of his properties or bars. Emmanuel Sondo, Nas Wakapeka Highlanders. No, this is not Highlanders. Black and white. This is Juventus. And then let's go to Joshua. I'm not Bosso. This is Juventus. Let's go to Thomas. It's very sad a national leader is waiting, killing someone with their hands because of a snooker ball. I do agree. You know, I've dealt with people in Zimbabwe, and they tend to overreact, especially people when their goods are stolen, they tend to overreact. And I think people should learn to call the police. If someone steals your snooker ball or something like that, you better go and call the police. Because if you kill somebody, you've done something that cannot be reversed. You have taken away this young man who was killed, Ronald, is 23 years old. There is no way it makes sense to kill Ronald for a ball. No matter who did it, he's dead. Someone in that family, in that bar, killed this young man. There is no way it makes sense to kill someone for a snooker ball. So people should learn to call the police. If something happens, call the police, get him arrested, let it be dealt with. If you beat someone up and they did not steal that ball, you have killed someone for no reason. And well, as I said, the spiritual consequences for you is very, very dire. You get it. I've seen people years later, they're still dealing with the murder. If you murder somebody in our culture, it will not just go away. Remember, in the past, there were no police in Zimbabwe. So traditionally, there were ways of controlling the powerful people from killing others. And this is one of the things that the Mudzuri family is going to find out if they do not deal with this matter. So I really appreciate everyone who's watching today. And let me end it here very, very quickly so that people can go back to prepare for their work tomorrow. Thank you very much and good night.
Ay, 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 ay.